Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper, and today I'll be doing 5 Zelda items that I would like to see make a return. And this is basically, I think when it comes to Zelda games, I think they are well known for, well, one of the things they're well known for are the items that you can find throughout the various dungeons. And Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild mainly got rid of them, and they kind of replaced them with the abilities like the runes you get on the Sheikah Slate, as well as the stage abilities you get, as well as the arm abilities in Tears of the Kingdom. And with the next Zelda game, I do hope we get to see proper dungeon items, hopefully, maybe, in a future game. And this is just some of the items that I would like to see make a return. And yeah, so for number 5 is the SlingShot. Now, the last time the SlingShot was used in a Zelda game was Skyward Sword, which was released back in 2011. I'm not counting the HD remake. A lot of these, a lot of the items I'll be using or talking about will be mainly from when they were last seen. So, like, if they're excluding any remakes and stuff like that. So yeah. So with the slingshot specifically, the last time we saw it was in Skyward Sword, which was back in 2011. So we were about 14 or 13 years ago now, and I think it'll be cool to see this make a return, and it could follow the same thing as Skyward Sword in that it can stun enemies and it can hit switches from far away, and it could keep the color palette or the color scheme you see in Skyward Sword, or maybe have it be different, maybe, but keep the same sort of design wise. Yeah, I think with this one it could be very simple. You could use it for like a couple of dungeons and not use it again or every so often. But I don't know. I think the slingshot as a whole could be brought back into a future game. Maybe I would like to see it. For number 4 is the mirror shield. Now this shield I think could be brought back. I would like to see it return, and yeah, I think Tears of the Kingdom could have been a nice way of bringing back the mirror shield. I know that you can fuse. Well, I mean, technically you can have a mirror shield sort of thing, with one of the Zonai things if you fuse them with your shield, but that's more of a Zonai fusion thing. I'm more thinking of an actual proper, like a mirror shield like you see in Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or the Wind Waker. Those mirror shields, and seeing a mirror shield back again would be quite cool, and it'd be cool. It would be quite nice to just like change between the shields, like either the Hylian shield or the mirror shield. It'd be cool to see Link using both shields at different times, whether that's through a dungeon or just fighting different enemies, that sort of thing. And yeah, and if there is a mirror shield being brought back in, it'll be cool to see another design, because you've got the one in the Wind Waker, for example, which is basically just this blue shield with the Triforce on it, and it looks like a shield mirror or mirror, that sort of thing. And then you got the one in Majora's Mask with the big face on it. That's quite creepy. And yeah, with the new one, it could go either way. Like it could have like sort of creepy design to it, or this sort of like sheen mirror style to it. So yeah. For number 3 is the Sand Wand. Now, I would like to see this item make a return. I think it could have been interesting to see the Sand Wand in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because you could have used it to take out the Molduga out of the sand while it's burrowing around. But I feel like it wouldn't. I think overall it wouldn't be as useful as the fire and ice rods in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because with those ones, it's just those two have more uses. And whereas with the Sand Wand, if that was brought in and had similar things like the fire and ice rods, it probably wouldn't have been useful. But I would like to see it make a return and do and have some uses similar to like the ones used in the Link Between Worlds and Spirit Tracks. So yeah, that would be something quite cool to see. For number 2 is the iron boots. Now, with this item, I think it would be cool to see, and I think I think it could have like a bit of an update, like how each time the iron boots are brought into the games, they always have an updated version to them. So with the iron boots in Ocarina of Time, they're just regular boots with iron attached to them. With the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, they're both iron boots, but the ones in Twilight Princess are more sort of larger, I would say, are more militaristic like, whilst the ones in the Wind Waker are more cartoony in a sort of sense. So yeah, it'd be cool to see like the iron boots used again, and I would also like to see it be done used in a similar way in Twilight Princess, in which you can use it to sumo Gorons, which is a really cool part of that game. And yeah, I'd like to see like a boss, a redesign of the boss in Twilight Princess, and the second boss where you use the iron boots in, where you can like sumo it, so or something like that. So yeah, and for number one is the spinner. Now this item is only used in Twilight Princess. It's only used in 2.5 areas. The first area is the dungeon that you get it in, the Arbiter's Grounds, and the second area is in the City in the Sky. You have to make a bridge, and the half part is in the final dungeon of the game, which is Hyrule Castle, where you have to dodge all these other spinning spike things on the part you need to get to the boss. And yeah, I would like to see this item return. I think it's an underrated, sometimes forgotten item, I would say, because it's in the game that's introduced in Twilight Princess. It's only useful in some parts of the game, whether that's the dungeon you get it in, or some areas in the world. And it'd be cool to see this item return again, and maybe given a bit more of more usage out of it. Maybe in a part of the game you can only progress to the next point unless you have the spinner on, or stuff like that. So yeah, I think overall it'll be cool to see the spinner again. I think it's one of those items that's really forgotten about. So yeah, so that's been my top 5 items that I'd like to see return in the Zelda series. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video.